Hey everyone, my name is Myiesha and I'm a beauty director at Sephora, and today I'm joined by a familiar face, Melinda.
Hi.
Melinda is one of our team members. I haven't seen her in so long because we haven't been in the studio, but we're going to chat today about fragrance. So Melinda you have a signature style. Like you're just fun to look at. You always look so good. I remember the first day I met you. I vividly remember you wearing maroon and forest green, and you had like a faux fur across your shoulder, and it was like amazing. And I was like, Jeffrey, who's that lady? Who is she? I vividly remember this. So Melinda has this signature style, but you told me you've been wearing the same fragrance for a while, right?
Like 10 years.
Okay. So it's time to switch it up.
It's time
like,
for a change.
I change my fragrance like I change my clothes. Like this is like the pretty part of my fragrance collection, but it's just dashed around the house. I have a lot. So I would say I'm going to go back to when I was in store and I would help people in the fragrance world, and I would be like, okay, like, let's start here. Let's talk about it. So at Sephora, we have 4 different worlds or categories of fragrance. I know sometimes it's hard to get started. You don't really know what you don't know, but our 4 categories are fresh, which I feel like everybody likes something fresh every now and then. We have earthy and woody, which sounds like very nice and warm and cuddly. We also have warm and spicy, which is a favorite of mine, which sounds very sexy and very like, musky, which is really nice. And then floral. I feel like floral is the one that everybody is pretty familiar with. So tell me about this signature fragrance you've been wearing for a while.
I have been wearing Yves Saint Laurent Parisian for like 10 years. I'm obsessed with it. It's a little bit it's very floral, but a little bit woody too. It has a nice mix, and I love it. I just kind of want to like build my wardrobe and have some other options.
Okay, so you wear that one, and YSL is very like warm, musky, and floral, so that totally makes sense. It's very sexy. So I would say if someone were coming to me and say they were just like, I have no idea where to start with the categories again.
Yes.
But then also like think about, I'm your friend, so I know you're at the pool a lot. I know you have a pool at home, and you like you like fresh air, obviously. So maybe you're into something fresh.
I do.
Like maybe that's what you want to try now. You want to kind of feel sun-drenched or something. So I feel like the best way to start is to kind of think of a place you want to be. And I know a lot of us rather be in a different place than we are right now, and on vacation or something, and start there. So how does that sound? Like maybe something like sunny and fresh?
That sounds perfect. I feel like with being home so much right now, I keep talking about these sensory pick-me-ups. Like I'm lighting candles in different rooms and like, or like a pillow spray. And so that's why I really want to explore additional fragrance options, because I feel like a fresh fragrance could just kind of like wake me up, feel better, like just have a different kind of day.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a good place to start. Or maybe, for those of you watching, maybe you really love, fresh baked cookies. Maybe you miss your mom cooking for you or something. And that would definitely fall into the warm and spicy category. They say that people, when they want to feel comforted, they tend to go for fragrances that have vanilla in them because it reminds them of their mom baking. I don't know how true that is, but it definitely comforts me. So yeah, I feel like, vanilla and spice and cloves and things like that, like reminds people of home. So if we're talking about fresh, we have subcategories, which I won't go into because there's a whole world of fragrance that you could go into. You could like talk about this for days. So under the fresh umbrella, we have citrus, and citrus is so popular. It gives you that just like lightens your mood. I love lemon candles. I love that Nest Almafi lemon candle. It's one of my faves. So this is from Maison Margiela, and this is one of their replica fragrances. This is under the lemon tree, and if you read the bottle, you can see it has a time and a place, and it's all about taking you to a place. And I feel like now more than ever, like we need to be taken to a different place mentally. So this is all about, how you feel when you're walking in like maybe a field with lemon trees. Like I'm actually really lucky. I have a lemon tree right outside my door, and I just love the smell of it when I go outside. So this is going to have these like really fresh notes. It's going to be, very mood energizing. And you can actually I would be curious if you would layer these two. Maybe put this on your neck and maybe, your Parisian on your other pulse points. That might be really fun. I feel like warm and
oh my gosh, it's
so warm and spicy and lemony kind of go together, so that might be something really good. So I would say don't overcomplicate it. Think of how you want to feel, and there's a fragrance that sort of fits that mood, if that makes sense.
I love that. I love the idea of actually layering this with my regular fragrance I always wear. I feel like it would be like a spicy cocktail.
Yeah. And it's like, I always talk about cocktails, even though I don't really drink that many cocktails. I always feel like fragrance reminds me of cocktails. And I feel like that's a way to ease into things. Or you could even share this with your man, you could like wear his cologne, add a little bit of citrus. That's what I do a lot. I'll wear men's fragrances because I find that everything's gender neutral in my opinion, and I'll add a little bit of citrus to kind of make it a little bit more, you know, my taste.
Okay, well, I love this. I'm into this category.
So for those of you watching, something really easy that you can do is go to Sephora.com, and in the little search bar, just type in fragrance. And of course, you'll get a ton of fragrance options down below, but you also have our fragrance finder quiz in the top little bar. And you take that, and it's very much, you know, what we're talking about. The first question will ask you, like, what is your happy place? Are you in a field of flowers? Are you in a bakery? Like, you know, are you at home, like, chilling by a fire? Like, whatever it may be. And it'll ask you maybe like 5 or 6 questions, and it'll narrow it down and give you some fragrance options. So I would say, like, I feel like I've been nesting and baking a lot, so warm and spicy is my vibe. And warm and spicy has a lot of different categories, but it's kind of like that baking cookies thing, where vanilla and clove and things like that. So this is another shout out to Replica. Again, like, this is a perfect time to sort of like transport yourself mentally to your happy place. So this is from Maison Margiela, the Replica by the Fireplace. So this is absolutely beautiful. So I'm coming to terms with the fact that my holiday party that I always throw might not happen this year. So I've been spraying this because it kind of gives me holiday vibes. There's a little bit of clove. It's a yeah. It's so good. It's a gourmand fragrance, which I think sometimes people smell gourmand fragrances and they're like, I don't want to smell sweet or like, you know, like a cinnamon bun or something. But this is just very sexy, I think. I can wear it all year long. I don't care that it's 100 degrees outside. I'm still like daydreaming about a fireplace right now. And this is something that to me is just like smells so good. So maybe if, you know, your mom was maybe into gourmand fragrances that were a little too sweet, but you want to be reminded of home, this is a really great one to try. It smells so good. Like burning wood and clove, like sounds a little like crazy, but it works so well.
It smells delicious, and I understand what you mean with the kind of gourmand scent, because it does give me like the sense of like comfort and home, but it's also like really sexy. I love this.
It smells like I remember the first time I smelled it, I was like, this smells like a rich man sitting by a fire drinking hot cocoa or something. I don't know. It's a very sexy fragrance. I really, really love it. And if you guys aren't familiar with gourmand, gourmand is olfactory desserts. So desserts for your nose, basically. And there's a few different fragrances. Like Angel. Angel is a super popular one by Terry Mugler. That's a gourmand fragrance.
Well, that totally makes sense because I have like the world's biggest sweet tooth. So of course I'm attracted to the dessert fragrance. I can't escape sugar for the life of me.
We're gonna go into our third category, which is earthy and woody. Maybe if warm and spicy is a little bit too sweet for you, a little bit too spicy, you can do earthy and woody. Earthy and woody, I feel like a lot of times smells like, you know, leaves and plants and sagey, and like there's really cool things there. So what do you have for me with earthy and woody?
So for earthy and woody, I have Juliet Has a Gun, and this is not a perfume. And I love the bottle, but I need to hear a little bit more about the scent.
I feel like this smells different on everybody. I feel like that's kind of true of a lot of earthy and woody fragrances. They tend to be sort of neutral in a way. Like fresh fragrances or citrusy fragrances tend to be neutral in kind of like an uplifting way. So this has Cetilox in it, which is synthetic ambergris, which is something that has been around for so long through the centuries. Is something that people have coveted. It's smelling really great and really musky on the skin. So this is a single note fragrance. That's what's really unique about it. There's no, you know, top, middle, and bottom notes. It smells like what it smells like. It stays consistent, and it's going to change throughout the day as your body chemistry warms up and cools down and things, but it's just a really great fragrance. Really nice to mix since there's only one note to it.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like I love this because it feels very like natural smelling. Like it doesn't smell like you're wearing very much. So you could wear this on its own and just be like a little muted. Or I could do this with another fragrance and layer it on top. I love that because if it is more of a natural scent, like that's something that you can wear anytime, any place, any day. But then the idea of layering it with another fragrance, I feel like would just bring a whole new life to it.
So ironically, our last category is probably our most popular at Sephora and most popular, I think, like in the world, and that's floral. I think most people that have experienced a fragrance like your Parisian is a floral and a warm and spicy, kind of like a mix of the two. And floral there's fruity florals that kind of have like, you can do like Dirty Mango from Heretic is one of my favorites. So a floral that I have here that is very popular. So this is Gucci Flora gorgeous gardenia. So the original Gucci Flora is one of my favorites because gardenia, I think I've told this story before, my grandma had gardenias in her house that she used to live in, and I just love the white flower. It always reminded me of just like, I don't know, it's such a nice flower to use. So the gorgeous gardenia is going to be a newbie in my collection, and the box is just so pretty. Like, I'm like, what am I going to use this box for? Because I just can't get rid of it. It's decor.
It's so pretty.
Kind of like goes in my wallpaper a little bit. I just really, really like it. So again, floral is one of the most popular types of fragrances, I would say, because flowers are sort of like nature's fragrance. So if you're someone who likes gardening, maybe you can't garden right now, or you want to walk through a flower field or whatever it may be, you might gravitate towards florals. So it doesn't have to be complicated. Just think of a place you want to be, think of a mood you want to have, and there's most likely a fragrance that coordinates with that. Or if you have, you know, a note that you really like, type in gardenia at Sephora.com and a bunch of stuff will come up. So that's an easy way to shop too. I'm going to put this on because, oh my gosh.
I'm
so nice.
Really loving this one.
Yeah, so like, really, really pretty.
I honestly don't know if I fall under just one of the 4 categories of scent families. I think I might be all of them.
It's nice to change it up. You don't have to, you know, have a crazy amount of fragrances like I do. I tend to collect things based on how they look, how they smell, how they look on my vanity. Like I was kind of raised in a house where my mom's dresser was always just full of fragrance.
I love that.
If you're indecisive, like you were saying, or you just don't know, you have to try things out. One of the best things that I really love are Sephora Favorites boxes. So there's a few different ones, but right now we have the Perfume sampler box. So this is the one you can turn in for a roller ball instead of the full size ones that we normally do. So I think this is great because, again, like I said, my mom likes to take, oh God, weeks, months to choose a fragrance. So for something like this, I always give her these for Mother's Day or her birthday or just whenever. And she can try, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different fragrances. And then when she decides which one she likes, there's a little certificate inside that she can exchange for a fragrance. So this is really, really smart if you're someone who wants to try these out. And also we have some clean options in here too. Ellis Brooklyn is one of our clean fragrance options. So if you have allergies,
I love them.
If you have allergies or you want something that, you know, doesn't contain certain ingredients, that's a really good one to try. So I think this is great for anyone that just is indecisive. You can kind of marinate on it. The samples, I would say, last at least 2 weeks in my experience. So you can definitely play in these. There's some really good ones in here. I haven't tried this Valentino one. That seems really interesting too. So samplers are a great way to see which family you like.
Yeah, this set is awesome. There's like every kind of fragrance I feel like I could want. These are so good. I'm obsessed. I don't know if you helped me or you made this more difficult because I think I just like them all.
I think I kind of made you a monster. I'm very guilty of doing that with anything beauty, making people, you know, realize how much they like other things. So I would say, to summarize for those of you watching, we have 4 fragrance families. You don't have to memorize or know them or anything like that, but I would say just think of your happy place. Think of this feeling that you want to feel. Do you want to feel like really hot and sexy one day, or really like simple and like clean, sophisticated, whatever it may be? And, you know, there's a fragrance for it. There's so many ways to try fragrance and discover new fragrance. Again, our Sephora fragrance sets are like amazing to do that. And hopefully I broadened your horizons, and next time I smell you in real life, you're gonna have a whole new wardrobe of stuff. So I'm excited for that.
I love this. I feel like I constantly am trying to express myself through the way I do makeup and beauty, and like fragrance is so a part of that too. It's like you get to decide who you want to be or what you want to feel like that day based on, you know, the undertones and all that we talked about. So I love this. I feel like I have all the tools I need now to pick a new fragrance for my day-to-day, and I can kind of wardrobe and play around with it.
Yes. So for all of you out there, go ahead to Sephora.com and remember, type in fragrance. You'll find the fragrance finder quiz. Go ahead and take that and drop in the comment section below what fragrance family or what some of the fragrances that you were suggested. What are they? What are you into? Like, were you surprised by your selection? Was it tried and true? Are you just like a floral person through and through? Whatever it is, go ahead and put it in the comment section below. And as always, please subscribe. We love sharing with you. You can kind of like, if you're nosy like me, I like these conversation style videos. So it's kind of like, you know, watching 2 people gab and talk about things. Like, it's like gossip, I think. It's gossip with a purpose. So we'll see you next time, and bye.
Bye.
you.